You want to know my top 15 altcoins for 2024? The first one is ICP. And as I get into the charts for each one of these, I'm going to highlight a conservative region where I think taking profits would be advisable. And for some of them, the ones I know more about, I've got even loftier targets. Internet Computer has been down here with the rest of us in the bear market. Currently it's at $12.40, but my minimal target from where we stand today goes all the way up 365%, and at the top of that range, 435%. I know people have predictions way higher than that, but these are what I'm comfortable with. I even recently traded ICP and made $3,400. I don't know how to trade. And as I go through this list, the last 2 or 3, I guarantee you won't have even heard of. The next one up is KSM or Kusama. The current price is around $38. So from where we are today to my lowest price target for Kusama, we're looking at 239%, and all the way up to the top, we're looking at 327. These again for me would be optimal take profit moments. Third, we have Seek. And you can see it's come down from this massive run down into the bear market and not really moved at all. It's currently trading at about 5 cents, and my targets are anywhere between 34 cents and 42 cents. I know some of these predictions are going to cause a lot of frustration in the specific communities. I'm not talking about holding these coins to the ends of the earth. I'm talking about taking solid profits. Now you can see from the chart here, I've been entering and exiting Seek continuously over this time period, and I'm actually in the profit. But I don't think any of the massive moves that Seek is yet to do has happened. This is definitely one I'm looking for a massive dip on. Next on the list is Eluvium, currently at $84.99. The movement to my lower price target is about 413%, and all the way to the top is about 537%. So now let's touch on some cryptocurrencies that you've probably heard before, but are still positioned for a massive move. With all of these, it's so amazing to look at how we've had that big run before and we've been down in the bear market. You can clearly see the buying opportunity that exists right now for these tokens. And that first notable one is DOT. It's amazing to see the move of the last bull run all the way down to the bear run, and you could see the buying opportunity that exists right here. Now I'm looking at anywhere between $35 and $44 as a conservative range to take profits on DOT, and from where we stand right now at about $7, that takes us up 400% all the way up to 531%. I know it's well known, but it's got some movement left. And another one showing that perfect pattern of the buying opportunity, and especially after the last couple of days where the price has kind of come back down, we're right in that accumulation phase at the current price. And that's for Cardano. Now again, price predictions for this can go way high. I'm looking to take solid profits. So even though we're at 50 cents today, the move up to $2 is 305%, and all the way up to $2.47 is a 400% growth. And what's crazy about all of these is that we're not talking about new all-time highs. We're talking about taking profits at retracement levels. Now this next one, of course, had to make the list. It's my favorite, XRP. Now you can see that I've actually got a trade open here. Ignore the fact that I'm $800 down, okay? Lots happened today. There was a Bitcoin ETF fumble by the SEC. The market's been very volatile, but because it's been volatile, I thought that was an opportunity to get in XRP and come out. The idea here is that we actually have a push up in some sort of alt season push, and I can take some profits very securely at about 70 cents. That would secure me quite nicely, about $9,000. So if you want to keep on top of all of that, you can obviously subscribe. Now I have to emphasize, these price targets are ultra conservative for the everyday person who doesn't understand what they hold in XRP. I'm biased because I've spent 800 hours of researching XRP. I know where it can go. So excuse me for these conservative price points and then the more reasonable price points, in my opinion. So from where we are today at 55 cents, my lowest target for taking profits would be $1.33, moving all the way up to $1.61. But that's not the end of the story for XRP. My price targets for XRP in the next bull run would be anywhere between $8 and $11. I think XRP is going to be the highest achiever out of those top 20 tokens. Of course, there's going to be some degenerate tokens at the end of the video that potentially could go more crazy. But this is about balancing your risk and reward. Next up, we have Link. And you'll notice with Link, just looking at the chart, that structurally, this is a different kind of chart we're looking at. We've gone up in that last bull run. We've had the bear market. but we've also elevated the price significantly versus the others we've talked about. The price is of course coming back down, and this is one you would certainly want to look for a dip in the price to get involved in. But even from where we are today at about $14 per token, it's 145% to my lowest conservative target, and my highest conservative target about 200%. Next up, we have XLM, and for this one, I have two different targets. I have those conservative targets, and I have the more reasonable full bull run targets too. Again, I've got more information on this because I've researched it more. It's currently trading about 11 cents per token, and the lowest on my conservative range is 51 cents. That's 354% to the lowest of the conservative targets. To the upper side of the conservative, we're looking at 472%. And moving from 11 cents all the way up to my targets for the end of a full bull run, you're looking at anywhere between 2,200% and 2,600%. And it's crazy to consider that this is one of the more well-known tokens. It just hasn't gone yet. And it should be no surprise that XDC makes it next on this list. Now these are, again, conservative, but when we look at the full bull run, the scale of a full bull run, the price predictions do get a bit more wild. So we're at around 4 cents or 4.5 cents. And moving up to those lower price targets, those ultra conservative take profit ones, we're looking at 161% growth there, all the way up to 220%. But my real targets are significantly higher, even significantly higher than this little price prediction I put up on here, which is around the 64-cent level. The three X's, XRP, XLM, and XDC, the three I just talked about, the last three, those are fundamental to the way the new world is going to work. I don't think predicting price in this way is actually really useful at all. The price appreciation of real utility, we're going to have to find out. Another one you're going to really want to know about is Quant, QNT. The structure for this chart is absolutely golden. It's juicy. You've got that big rise, you've got that accumulation time period, and a big correction that's just happened, putting us in that perfect accumulation phase. And I want to emphasize again, Quant is one of these utility tokens that could just explode beyond what anyone else could say. And these are extremely conservative targets. But to my lowest of all low take profit points for Quant, we're looking at 144%, all the way up to 200%. But in reality, at the full scale of a speculation bull run, you could look at all the way up at 12 or 1300% from this moment. I can't explain the level of potential XRP, XLM, XDC, and Quant all have. And these are well-known tokens in the top 20. Another one that has real utility is HBAR. Now HBAR again has seen a rise and hasn't come back down to that true accumulation area that you would hope for to pick up some tokens. But I just think the price projections for HBAR are significant and we should not be ignoring them. Hence why it's on my top 15. From today's price to my conservative, the lowest of all conservative price points is 400%. To the upper level of those conservative points is 514%. And my really full-scale bull run price prediction for HBAR is anywhere between 1,776% up from here to 2,389%, all the way up at $1.85. But I told you that the final three I guarantee you haven't heard of. If you've enjoyed this video so far, hit like and let's get into these crazy unknown low cap coins. And by the way, if you're investing in these, you're wilder than I am. I'm a lot more conservative than this. But these projects are really interesting and the structure is all there. So number 13 is Concordium. You can see that real downwards motion during the bear market, which of course you kind of think, well, where is the bottom? Seems to have found support here, unlike any other time that it's found support before. And of course, these ones are ultra degen, so they could go anywhere. They could go to zero. They could also go to the moon. But right now, as it stands, we're at that bottom level support at 0.004 cents, and the growth up to my minimal conservative price target, obviously in the positive outcome, is 131% all the way up to 175%. But remember, these are take profit points if you're trading, not the full value of where I think they can go in a full bull run. We're not here trying to time the top, we're just trying to take profits at reasonable moments. We can then take those profits and put them in other assets that haven't made the similar move yet. You're always trying to catch the lagging ones. But Concordium is one of those super low cap gems that are just worth looking at. The next one is Luxo Token. And I'm curious, have you actually heard of these? You have to let me know in the comments. Currently trading at $6.35, but from where we are right now in that perfect accumulation phase, all the way up to 326% at my lower target, and my upper target at 428%. And the final one is such a degen token. It's so unknown. It's only in 2 markets and available to buy in 2 different locations. The project is super abstract, but it's so interesting. And it's Rokko. Rokko is also incredibly new as well. So it's very hard to gauge this one. This is the most degenerate one. And I actually think CoinMarketCap's a really good place to look at this, because as soon as it goes into the red, there's your buying opportunity. You're in that accumulation phase. We're not quite in the red right now, but this thing is volatile. And in full steam bull run, powered by AI and metaverses and stuff, I can see a world where this one goes crazy. Now, I actually traded some of these tokens and made 5K in about 3 days as a complete beginner. So if you want to see the things I would do again and definitely wouldn't do again in day trading, this should be the next video you watch.